It's the top of the hour, and Merry Christmas Eve. I'm Adrienne Bankert in today for Nichole Berlie. Travelers interrupted today, especially those flying American Airlines, with that massive technical glitch that caused a nationwide ground stop. The FAA issuing that stop for about an hour this morning. The outage happening as nearly 8 million people are expected to fly today as part of their holiday plans. Correspondent Joe Khalil is live for us. Joe, I'm sure there are a lot of unhappy travelers, and that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, there certainly are. There were people who were delayed this morning in a pretty significant way. Anytime you've got major delays, Adrienne, that's going to cause some disruption, right? So add into that the fact that we're here on Christmas Eve. That's a recipe for disaster. So this morning, it was a nationwide ground stop of all American Airlines flights. It had a lot of people concerned, especially when they initially heard that, because it wasn't clear what was going on or how long this might last. Thankfully, that delay didn't last more than about an hour and a half or so. That hour and a half delay, however, did disrupt flights, and it has sort of a ripple effect through the morning. We'll come out here, look at the big board. As we've been watching, again, thankfully, most flights at this point now are no longer delayed. We haven't seen any cancellations. You can see some yellow, though, and most of these yellow lines are, as I'm looking at this board now, are American flights. These delays are, seeing 11:54 to 12:58. 2 o'clock to 2:36. And that's what we've anecdotally been hearing from people as we're talking to passengers, too, is that their flights had been delayed in some cases an hour, hour and a half. Some told me, heard a lot of people say about a half-hour delay. So, again, relatively speaking, manageable, but, that is an inconvenience and obviously a concern. The FAA put out a statement earlier today, as did American Airlines, both of them explaining this was actually a vendor technology issue. And we heard from some pilots and some people we'd been talking to who left the planes. There were some pilots explaining that this actually would interfere with the way that they read how much fuel they have in the plane. So obviously that is a concern that you don't want to take a chance on. American Airlines, again, grounding those flights nationwide until that was resolved. Take a listen to some folks who we talked to. They were coming in from Texas, Dallas, which is a huge hub for American Airlines, coming into Virginia, so stopping here in D.C. This is their experience.
My wife actually texted us and said there was a nationwide American Airlines technical glitch that was shutting down flights everywhere. So we were pretty worried that we would be like many hours delayed. But an hour and a half was reasonable for Christmas Eve and everything. But we were pretty worried it would be a long one.
So, Adrienne, D.C. is not exactly a major American Airlines hub, but even here, the fact that we've heard from so many people that did have some kind of delay just shows you the extent of that issue. When you consider the fact that the FAA says they're expecting some 40 million people to be traveling this holiday, obviously any disruption is a concern that they want to tackle right away.
All right, Joe Khalil, thank you for bringing us that report, and I hope that everybody's getting on the road or in the sky very soon. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.